Hi. How's everybody doing tonight after that? Oh my gosh. Arkansas with a huge win tonight. Oh my God. I don't even know where to begin. I'll start with this. My usual intro. Yo, what is going on, Arkansas Razorback fans, SEC fans everywhere? Welcome to the one and only Pig Trail Network YouTube live show. If you guys would be so kind now or after the show, remember to like, comment, share the content. Check out all the links down below in the notification or in the description box down below. Wow. Yeah, there's a Patreon. Hey, shout out to the Patreon supporters, $4 a month to help support the channel. I'd really appreciate it if you just want to throw a buck or two into the tip jar. There's a PayPal down there below as well. Thank you guys so much for coming by tonight. Oh my goodness. This is why I wanted to go live because, look, I knew the ramifications of this game would be huge. I just didn't expect Arkansas to win. Holy cow. Please copy and paste that URL up above. Slap it on social media. Be sure and tag me. Oh my goodness. Someone said something about shaving my beard in Discord. I never agreed to that. Okay? I was wrong. I'm a man. I'll admit it. Okay? I had Arkansas losing this thing by like 15. The size of Indiana is huge. Now, they did have a player that was ejected early. I would be remiss if I didn't bring that up. That was definitely a factor. I mean, imagine if Arkansas lost anybody off their bench or anyone or any of their starters, it would be a huge loss. It'd be hard to overcome. But look, at the end of the day, what happened. That's a dub. When it comes to filling out your brackets, when it comes to the bracketology, they're not going to care about that. They're going to see that giant W right there on the road. 2 road victories. 2 road victories now, one against, and they're both Power 5 non-conference wins on the road. You know how huge that is? That is huge. I can't begin to tell you how huge that is. Especially if Indiana, who goes on and maybe does something special. Georgia Tech, I don't know. I don't think so. Western Kentucky, their only loss on the year. I really believe they probably go on the rest of the season and struggle. They lost Bassie, and that's huge for them. That's a huge loss. I don't expect them. You would love for them to go on and do big things. Had they still had their big man, I could see them doing something special, being a tournament team. Without him, I don't know. I don't know. But Georgia Tech, probably your middle-of-the-road ACC team. But Indiana, that's interesting. This is a one-loss team with victories over Notre Dame. I have to pull up all their wins. They had some nice ones. UConn and a ranked Florida State team. That's who they've beaten this year. It's not too bad. I think their only loss on the year is to Wisconsin. And Wisconsin, look, every year they're full of surprises. Like, it would not surprise me at all to see them play fantastic basketball and do something special at the end of the year, going into February and coming out of February, getting ready for March Madness. So Wisconsin, with that being now their 2 losses for Indiana, you wonder like how these teams start to stack up as the year moves on. Arkansas, though, what a way. I mean, that win tonight just sent waves through college basketball. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. That sent shockwaves through college basketball, through the Big Ten, the SEC, the other Power 5 conferences. Everybody now has turned, and they're looking at Arkansas. What the hell is going on in Fayetteville, Arkansas? This is huge. Now, for everyone who told me that I was stupid and dumb and they shouldn't have hired Musselman, blah, 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 they shouldn't have fired Mike Anderson, how do you like me now? I was wrong on tonight, but I've said since day one they needed to move away from Mike Anderson, and here we are. Okay, now it took a special guy and a guy like Musselman. He's the X factor. He's the X factor. We could talk about Bailey's improvement. We could talk about Witt's improvement. Obviously, Mason Jones has turned into something. I don't even know where to begin with him. The guy's been incredible. But I've said, and I know a lot of you did too as well in chat. A lot of you in chat said the same thing. We're all on the same page. But there were people out there that were calling me names, dumb, slight. You remember the troglodyte comment. Someone called me a redneck hillbilly troglodyte for wanting Mike Anderson to be fired. And it's like, I hate for anybody to lose their job. I felt like Mike Anderson would move on and be just fine, but they needed someone else to come in and change, to swap this thing out. And that's what they did, and they got the right guy. I think that's a mute point at where we're at now in this venture. We all know that. And a lot of you in chat were on the same page with me, and I know who you are. We were right. How do they like us now? So sexy. Ty, I love you. I'm glad you were wrong on this one. Yeah, I was way off. And I've never felt so much better. Here's the thing. Coming into this game, I had, and I said this, we're gonna talk about what are the odds that this team actually makes the tournament. And this game would have a pretty big influence on that. But I felt like coming into it, I still felt like they're a tournament team. I kind of, even after that Western Kentucky loss, I felt like, okay, they can rebound. They're going to have to make up for their size, and I think they can do it, but it's going to be a tough call. It's going to be tough. They got to, Bailey's got to step up even more. You're going to have to get Chaney to get some productive minutes on the court. And look, they did it tonight with a size difference, a notable size difference against a hostile crowd. Against a pretty good, they look to me like at least an NIT or probably an NCAA tournament team. They went on the road and did something they just were not supposed to do at all. Nobody had them winning this game. Nobody. I'm sure some of you in chat were like, no, I knew that. I knew this all along, Ty. I knew you were wrong. I was right. I knew. My goodness. We have to be a top 3 SEC team at this point. One would imagine. Ty told me I was wrong on live stream a couple of weeks ago and that we would win. I don't remember saying that you were wrong, Alex. I don't remember calling you out specifically and telling you were wrong. I just didn't see them winning this game. What's going on, Mike Ewing? Hope all is well. Indiana was playing 3 forwards, too. Insane. The buy-in from this team is 110% with Muss, and he has a plan. Woo pig. Defense is why this is happening. 100%, Fishman. 100%. With great defense comes great opportunity. And the other thing they do, and I thought they did a pretty good job, despite Mason Jones getting into foul trouble and having like 4 fouls with almost an entire second half to go, they still were able to make plays without getting into too much foul trouble. Too much foul trouble. They did get into some, but that's what they've done all year. With great defense comes great opportunity, and that's exactly what's happened with Arkansas. Their level of defense is unbelievable. I don't know that we've seen this kind of defensive basketball at Arkansas in a while. I don't know. If Mason Jones is our plan B, we need a plan C and D. If shots don't fall, you see what happens. They fall behind. Indiana, how much of their scoring was inside the paint? What was it? 75% of their points were inside the paint, and then they were able to stroke from 3 a little bit. They had a plan B because of their size, and size. Now, look, they're going to play some teams that are better than Indiana, obviously, in the SEC. Okay, even though I think the Big Ten, I think they're better than what I think they're pretty good. I think the Big Ten Conference is pretty good. But they're going to play some tough teams with more talent, with NBA talent, and just as much size. If it seems to me like, and someone brought this up, I think either in our Discord, I was hanging out in the live stream over on Twitch. Luke never shaves, by the way. A lot of people in there. I think almost 300 people in there tonight. But someone said their plan B was Mason Jones, and they may be right. But settling for threes, they're going to have to figure something out. Isaiah Joe, and this is the one thing, even though those Big Ten broadcasters were terrible. They were terrible. Guys, they were awful. They were so bad. But the one thing they did get right, they talked about how Isaiah Joe is not a guy who can drive the lane. He's not. He's just a pure shooter. That's all he is. He doesn't have the ability to drive like some of these other guys do. Mason Jones is probably your guy you can depend on to drive the lane a little bit more often, but they're going to have to figure something out. And it's hard to do when you don't have true bigs inside, when you don't have a true 5. But I think their defense will continue to bail them out of games and put them in positions to keep it close or to find ways to win. And that's what they did tonight. They trailed, most of the second half. Right? They trailed most of the second half, and all of a sudden, At the flip of a switch, it was like they had a 3-point and then a 5-point lead, and then they got some shots there late at the free throw line. I thought it was funny the announcers made the mistake of saying that's the guy you want to foul in Isaiah Joe, and I was like, what are you talking about? What? And then he obviously corrected himself. Ethan Henderson would have been a better matchup down low. Ethan Henderson. Ethan. If only. Mason is really making a name for himself as a closer. NBA teams will love that. Matthew, that is a very good point. I like it a lot. Mason's just been lights out, has been the guy. I'm impressed. You know, I didn't think Mason Jones would have this much of a growth in the offseason. So Arkansas now on the year, 11-1, 2-1 on the road. That's mighty impressive this early. Indiana falls to 11-2, their first L at home all year. They're now 11-2 and 9-1 at home. We'll start off with what Indiana did really quick. Jackson Davis, who was a problem, and we know why he was a problem. He led the way with 20 points, only had 5 rebounds. Brunk with 11 rebounds tonight, 8 points. But their second leading scorer was Green, who had 14. Yeah, it was Durham that was tossed. And I don't have his minutes yet pulled up. I don't know how many minutes he actually played, but he is one of their starters, and he's a key matchup for them on defense. And him not being out there, I'm not going to say it was a huge loss for them, but anytime you lose one of your starting 5, they got a little bit of production off their bench. Franklin and what's that guy's last name? Finisi? That's a weird last name. He got 5 points. But they got 14 points off their bench to Arkansas 6. So they shot from the floor 43%, 3-point range, 5 of 20, 25% at the free throw line, which, by the way, pretty good free throw shooting team. They shot 50% tonight. According to their fans, who I briefly was looking at what they were saying on Twitter, they were appalled at how poorly they were shooting at the free throw line, said that is not their norm. I don't know what they do on the year as far as I had that written down somewhere. Arkansas, 40% from the floor, 25 of 62, 12 of 31 from three-point range, shooting almost 40%. Well, roughly, about 39%, and 75% at the free throw line, 9 of 12 there. Obviously, your leading scorer tonight, Isaiah Joe at 24 points, Mason Jones with 21, and Desi Sills had 10. How about Sills tonight? 2 of 4, shooting 50% at three-point range? Not too shabby. Bailey was key. I thought he had more than 2 blocks. I don't know if that's right. I thought he had like 4, but they got him down for 2. But Sills did ultimately foul out of the game. So they did, like I said, they got into some foul trouble. Sills ran into 5. Jones ran into 4. Harris off the bench had 3. Those guys, again, don't have all their times logged. I'm blown away at how good they look tonight. I mean, and it never, the hustle, the energy, the buy-in factor, it's all there. And then you equate that to what they're doing on defense, it's incredible. And if Isaiah Joe and Mason Jones start to heat up outside, Arkansas's tough. They're tough. How much respect, sup, Ty, Woo Pig. So what's going on, Brad? Hope all's well, my man. Big shot, Mason, says John. What's up, John? Absolutely. Alex, why you got to bring up old stuff? What else did he say? Did I miss out on something? Calling me out on me being incorrect? Hey, look, what am I on the year? I said they would win on the road against Western Kentucky, didn't I? Didn't I say they would win that? Or did I say they'd lose it? No, I think I picked the loss on that one. But I was wrong on this one. I am absolutely okay with that. This is not a racist symbol either, okay? This is me being okay with being wrong. Stirring up trouble. Ronnie isn't here, is he? I'm almost positive that's Ronnie Copeland, by the way. Guy, I don't know if he's in chat or not, but that guy just loves to, hand him a phone, he'll argue with it, right? Hand him my internet passwords book, and I'm sure he would find something to argue with. I don't understand. Like, I get it. Some people are just argumentative, but whatever. The University of damn Arkansas, says Grant Patrick. Hey, Omaha. Franklin missed last 2 free throws. Indiana missed 10 of 11 shots down the stretch. Okay. And they lost the game down the stretch, too. Loved it. Wow, just wow. I love Musselman almost as much as my kids. Who's named their dogs after Eric Musselman? Or you got a little Isaiah Joe or little Mason running around the house? How many newborns since he's been hired have been named like Bus Fredrickson? Let's see. Alt-right tie. No, definitely not. Kentucky game. What about it? Is Arkansas going to win it? I'm not going there yet. So I did say I would make my pick. I already had Arkansas in the tournament before this. I didn't tell you guys that. I made sure I didn't let that one out. At least I don't think I did. Hopefully I didn't on a podcast. I flap my jaws too much sometimes. I'm a big mouth and I can't help it. Yeah, they're gonna win the SEC, or not the SEC. They're gonna win this year in the SEC. They're going to turn some heads, I think, more often. This isn't the last time we see them do something like this. They're a tournament-bound team. And it feels like the most obvious thing in the world to say. You know, had it gone the other way around, had Arkansas lost this thing by 5, I'm sure there'd be people who wouldn't be that high on the Hogs right now, because when you lose, and it just looks bad, and it stays in the back of your mind, and you let it kind of draw in the back of your mind like what could actually happen the rest of the year based on even just a close loss. But I felt like if they played tight, and again, I had them going to a tournament regardless. I had them going to the NCAA tournament regardless. But my thoughts were, keep this thing close. Maybe they'll do something than just more than make the tournament. Again, they're playing February basketball right now. They're playing like they're ready to go now. They're playing like they're hungry. And that, it's almost like they feel like their backs are against the wall and they want to prove everybody wrong, including myself tonight. I have been told that there are some players that watch what I do, and I should watch what I say. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to. I feel like Arkansas. Look, this was it's more than just a statement win. It's a win for the books on the year. When you're trying to get to the tournament, these wins mattered. I know that's the most obvious thing in the world to say, but there's some people out there who believe that this is nothing. Now, if Indiana goes on and they shit their pants, yeah, that might be another story. Ready for SEC play. Ronnie was ripping into Ty and Jacob for retweeting. Oh, okay, the John Oliver stuff. I'm not. We got to record our podcast immediately following this. I don't want to go in. I don't ever want to throw a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid under the bus. I don't want to do that. But we just need to be careful as fans. Okay? We don't have the full story on the John Oliver stuff. I know he tweeted out a video and put out a Facebook video. It's caught all the fans' attention. We at the Hog Talk thought that, okay, this is legit. He got his preferred. He was supposedly offered by his own claims that he got the PWO, preferred walk-on. If anything, what this did, though, it generated a lot of buzz. I don't know how many people I've had text me, tweet me, Facebook DM, who is John Oliver? Who is this John Oliver guy? You talking about the guy that hosts the HBO show? No, it's not him. He's not British. He's not white. He plays football. I'm sure he could run over John Oliver from HBO. But don't believe everything you hear. We did retweet it. The Hog Talk did retweet it because it came straight from the mouth of the athlete. I mean, we've not seen this sort of thing in all my years following recruiting on social media. I've never seen this sort of thing with Arkansas. This has happened elsewhere where kids make a claim and that the university supposedly gave that player, that athlete, a preferred walk-on. And rarely do you see the universities come out and dispute that, because now they just look like assholes, right? Like, oh, okay. As far as I know, I don't have the full story. Arkansas, from what I know, has not reached out to him to give him a PWO. That could be incorrect. I am not. Listen, I am not an insider guy. I'm not sitting here telling you something that I'm not telling you it's 100%. I'm telling you we don't have the full story. So, yeah, we got blasted on Discord by it's just one individual, and I'm sure we'll have someone on Facebook. It's always Facebook that are going to take shots at us. Look, it happens. When it's coming straight from the source, you don't – I guess you just expect everyone to be, to not – whatever happened tonight. You just don't expect that sort of thing to happen. So – we'll move on from that. I'm not going to throw him under the bus. Maybe he did. Maybe he was offered. I don't know. But from what I've been told, that isn't the case. We'll see how this thing plans out, or how it all plays out. Look, when you're talking college football, when you're talking about recruiting, like, we have to discuss it. When you've got someone who's caught the attention of the national media. Remember, he had a video that went viral. I don't remember if it was I don't remember who it was. Someone put out a video. It was him running somebody over, and he made that, he made their highlight film, and ever since then, there's been some buy-in to this kid. There's a lot of smoke around this kid. This kid's got a lot of eyeballs on him, right? He's got a lot of the attention. I mean, here we are talking about it for 5 minutes. I mean, so it's my job, in our job at the Hog Talk. Look, if it comes straight from the source, we're gonna tweet it. We're gonna celebrate the kid. Hey, congrats, you got what you wanted. If that turns out to not be true, then it's not true. Let's see here. This will be one of those quality wins Dick Vitale will talk about in March. Nothing like those damn Facebook badasses. Oh, let me tell you about Facebook. Facebook is the worst. If I wasn't doing what I do as a commentator, whatever I am, as a social media quote unquote influencer, someone accused me of being, I would not be anywhere near Facebook. I hate Facebook. I hate it. But we got a lot of traffic over there. And we got some great people over there. We do. We have some great people that follow us on the Hog Talk. Let's see. We're definitely going to be gritty. Close game team. Our offense isn't consistent enough to have us dominant, but that defense, though, Mike Lane hitting it up with some facts. I like it, Mike. You are correct. Quit bashing this kid. He has more heart than anyone on the team. Yeah, I personally am not bashing him. I hope him the best. I don't know if that was aimed at me, Richard. I'm not bashing anybody. I hope he gets his PWO. I really do. I hope he gets what he wants. I just hope that he doesn't. There have been kids in the past that have pulled the media through stuff. They've used the media to gain exposure. And we're going to look, that's I was 16, 17, 18 years old at one time, and I know right from wrong at that point. I'm not accusing him of doing that. Maybe he really did get an offer. I don't know. Oh, boy, 3 threes in a row, Isaiah. Wow, what a lift. It was a beautiful game. Way to go. Woo Pig Suey says, Kate Dreyer. Kate, hope you're doing well. The Indiana media was bashing Arkansas' schedule, too. They were. It was so great. The Big Ten announcers are sitting there talking about their schedule, and then I was reading stuff online, and I was kind of listening to what all they had to say, talking about Arkansas' schedule, how it's been less than linear. I found a fan-sided website. It's Indiana's, fan-sided is kind of like, they're not Barstool Sports. You know how there's a Barstool for every university. There's Barstool Arkansas, Barstool Wildcats, whatever. So that's kind of what fan-sided is. For Arkansas, it's Razorbackers. And a guy that runs it, actually, I know him a little bit, good guy. But their fan-sided for Indiana took a shot at Arkansas' schedule. It's like, okay, what now? What is Indiana to our schedule now? Are they just a trash team too? What's up? We throwing down? We doing this? Let's see. Not aiming that at you, my friend. Okay, Richard. I didn't think so, Richard. I was gonna say that'd be out of character for you. I am so surprised that Bailey's playing this well. I know. He just continues like he's getting better. He's one of the best defenders in the country, and he's not getting the respect that he deserves. Tell me I'm wrong. Someone please tell me I'm wrong. I'm going off tonight. I'm loving it. Like, this is Cloud 9, baby. Not only did we have this planned stream, which, by the way, I thought Arkansas would lose, like I said, and I was wrong. But then they turn around and win. We still got an episode of Hog Talk to record, and I told them we'd do that at 8, so we got a little bit more time. But how about this team, huh? Facebook wearing thin at times. Agreed, Blake. Let's see. Joe was shooting from the Steph Curry line. He did. Wasn't he great? And when he catches fire, it's what are you gonna do when he catches fire? Did you see too? I think it was Isaiah Joe. He had a contested shot on the corner. I'm gonna have to go back and watch because I was bouncing around between the Twitch stream Discord. We had a heated debate going on in Discord. And then I was texting some friends of mine. And I think I missed it, but I believe it was Isaiah Joe in the corner. Defender was all up in his grill. And it's just nothing but, it's all in the wrist, baby. It's all in the wrist. It just goes in, nothing but net, swish. And the commentators had nothing to say about it. Like, oh, yeah, there's a nice corner shot. Are you kidding me? That was a contested corner pocket shot. That's like the hardest shot to make. That is one of the hardest three-point, most low percentage shots in basketball, and he made it contested. What are you doing? I know you're Big Ten, and you don't need to hype up the other team, the SEC opponent that just walked in and handed you your own ass. I know you can't do that, but you got to admire the greatness when you see it, even if it's the other team. What are you doing, Big Ten Network? I'm all kinds of heated up. Oh, shit, break out the cider. That's right. That's right. Still cannot believe we won, says Devin. I know. Kiaris Henderson says, all fake fans who said we wasn't going to win, or haven't played anybody, get off the must bus, woo pig, suey for life. Hog call. Yeah. I guess I'm in that group. I guess I got to get off the bus. Haters going to hate. That's right, Kelly Marie. Kelly, thank you so much for being here. Mike Lane. Joe Robertson, Mike Ewing, John Cunningham. How's it going, buddy? We're supposed to be in the top 25. Go Hogs. You know what? I made that statement. And Ty from, him and Phil Elson have their show. He says to me, I love you, Ty, but you're wrong. Was it that tweet that he told me I was wrong? And I'm like, Arizona's ranked? At that time, they hadn't had an embarrassing – they had a loss, and they'd played an okay schedule, but their schedule wasn't exactly great at the time. And they're ranked. They were like top 15. And yet we were sitting there. I think we were 10-1, I think at the time. Maybe 10-1, I believe, or 9-1. I'm like, what? Okay. And I admitted that Arkansas's bad. And Pinto, my boy, even he said, your best win all year is Tulsa. And I'm like, well, I started to say, what about, anytime you beat a non-con Power 5 on the road, no matter how good or bad, and at that time Georgia Tech was okay, that's got to be your best win. I don't know. Maybe that's up for debate at that point in time. Of course, as the year goes on, that's probably going to be true. But the Tulsa's probably up until that point was your best win. They need Tulsa to go on and kick some ass, too. You need all these guys you're beating to go out and kick some ass. I hope Western Kentucky can rebound. They got some talent outside of Bassey. They do. They got talent around Bassey. But unfortunately, he's out. It's hot up in here. It is hot. My wife's probably got that damn heater on like 80. I don't know if she's listening or not. I think she's on the treadmill. Sarah, turn down the damn heat. Hey, Ty, what's going on, Robert? Do you think we'll be playing games this close every game in conference play? That is absolutely a good question, Trindon Meadows. It's possible because, again, I think it was Robert who pointed this out earlier in chat. When your game plan is shoot threes nonstop and you go cold, and again, we have to bring it up when you play against these SEC teams that do have some legitimate NBA talent, that do have size, that box out underneath, play well in the paint, and they're able to box anyone, and especially when you're undersized like Arkansas is. When you're able to do these things and you're good at them, you're going to excel against teams like Arkansas because of the lack of size. So I think because of that, when you get into the nitty-gritty of it all and you start to pull apart the numbers and you start to really look at what you're up against case for case, there's going to be some issues, right? And every game probably is going to be close. Now, remember, earlier on in the year, they were blowing some folks out. Those weren't some, those teams, okay. A&M, you've got A&M around the corner. What research I have done on A&M, we all know they're bad. I watched them play a couple of weeks ago. They're such a bad team. You maybe got a possibility of winning big there. Maybe you got a 12, 13, 15-point win there, but you should. We should never say nothing is certain, especially in college basketball. Anybody can win at any given point in time, but you should be favored in that one by quite a bit. That could be a game potentially where you win big. And even some of the teams that you should fare well against, we have to keep into account the kind of size they have. January 4th on Saturday, Texas A&M at Bud Walton. I don't think that time has been changed. 6 p.m. And then you're going to go on the road against LSU. January 8th. And then you're on the road January 11th at Ole Miss. and then you come back to play Vanderbilt and Kentucky. The question is, look, A&M marked me down for a win. At LSU, the jury is out for me on that game. I'm a little bit concerned about what they're able to do, but I would probably pick Arkansas on that one. At Ole Miss, I think there's a legit shot there that's going to be a ball game, but I don't think, Ole Miss doesn't appear to be who we thought they were going to be this year. I like Arkansas there. I like them against Vandy, and I like them against Kentucky right now. I do. January 18th, Kentucky. Give me Arkansas. If they continue to play like this, look, guys, the only games that really have your concern at that point, obviously Auburn, who you get at home. Thank God for that. But you're on the road against South Carolina, and you still got TCU. Arkansas should beat TCU and Bud Walton. But you've got Auburn at Tennessee, Mississippi State at Florida, and then you get Tennessee again at home, at Georgia, and then LSU, and then A&M to close the year out. I think they're let's bust out the pen and paper, okay? Let's bust out the pen and paper. My red pen, okay? I thought about doing this and filling it out earlier, but I decided, you know what? Let's do it while we're on stream, because I told you guys I do game by game. So let's do this really quick. I got like 5 minutes, so I'm gonna have to rush through this. Okay. All right, we got win. So Rice, North Texas, Montana, Texas Southern, South Dakota, those are all wins. At Georgia Tech, good win there. Northern Kentucky, Austin Peay. So then I'm going to I'm just going to write an L there for the loss at Western Kentucky. Golly, just imagine if they played a little bit better in those final minutes. That would have been a dub. So, okay, at Western, okay. Win against Tulsa. Val was a close win. Indiana on the road. That's a big dub. A&M I like as a win. At LSU, I've got down as a win. At Ole Miss, I've got down as a win. Vandy, they're always tricky. You never know with Vandy. They always play physical, but I like that one. Kentucky, I've got as a win. At Mississippi State, this is the only game that really gives me pause for concern. In Starkville, 6 p.m. on January 2nd. I don't know about that one. I'm going to put that down as an L because I don't know. When I don't know, I just put it down as an L, and then I don't know. TCU I like. South Carolina at home I like. At Bama. Are you kidding me? Bama. What's it like to be a one-sport team, even though you're great at that one sport? Auburn. This is key. I want to know what you guys think on Auburn. Have you guys watched them play? They're pretty special. Auburn's good. They're going to be a matchup problem. They're young, and these are Bruce Pearl's guys. I don't know. I think go ahead and pick LSU and be wrong again, Ty. I've got LSU. I've got Arkansas beating LSU. Auburn, I'm going to put down as an L. Okay. At Mizzou, win. At Tennessee, L. Mississippi State, they present such a matchup issue for me. They give me pause for concern. I'm going to say for right now, I've got that down as an L. At Florida, L. Mizzou, win. Tennessee, at home, February 26th. I don't know. I'm going to say for now, again, that's I don't know, so I'm going to put it down as an L. At Georgia, give me the dub. At home against LSU, the dub. All right, so that has us at, let me go over this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 wins. Is that possible? Do you guys agree with that? I mean, obviously this will. And that's, I want to make sure. That's 24. What is that? 24 and 5. Is that what that is? I'm gonna be wrong on the. I know I am, and I know some people are gonna be like, "Damn it, you just cursed us." Mississippi State. Those guys worry me. But you just went on the road and beat a team in the Big Ten that could be pretty damn legitimate this year. You can't underlook that. I don't know. At first. And I was looking at this earlier today, and I was like, God, the other game that is a big question mark for me still is Kentucky because of the talent. All right, at Mississippi State, that's going to be a tough one. TCU's not going to be easy. South Carolina's at home. That ought to be I don't know. South Carolina's not been very impressive. At Bama, I took the dub there because Bama's terrible. Auburn, they're playing some good basketball. At Mizzou, that's always a toughie. That one for me is probably a coin flip just because of how tough they play Arkansas at home, but I still like Arkansas. At Tennessee, the L. Mississippi State, the L. Florida, the L. And then you got your SEC tournament, which starts March 11th through the 15th. And then, of course, the NCAA tournament starts the 17th. The first four in Dayton, Ohio. And then you've got the NCAA first and second rounds, May 19th to the 21st. March. And then, NCAA regionals will be the 25th through the 28th, and then the Final Four. I don't know. I'm not going to go. Obviously, we'll if Arkansas makes the tournament, that video, that's a long ways away. We got a lot of basketball to play, but if they do make the tournament, obviously we'll discuss. We'll talk about it. I just think, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong with 24 wins. I definitely, going into the season, I thought they'd be somewhere around 15. The level that they're playing at right now, again, if they continue to play like this week in and week out, I think 22 to 24 wins is absolutely possible. 24, you're definitely in the tournament. You're in at 22 because the SEC's garnered so much more respect. I roll with you, Ty. All right. Okay. You're with me. I got some people that are on board. I'm going to have to – where are we at? What time is it? 7:57. Okay. We had a lot of people in here tonight. I really do appreciate you guys. Remember to check out all the links down below. Check out the Hog Talk links. The podcast is provided for you. That link is provided for you down below. There's the PTN, Picture Network Patreon. There's a PayPal if you guys want to throw a little tip in the tip jar. That'd be great. Please don't feel like you're obligated to. I appreciate you guys coming through. Let me read chat really quick, and then we'll move on. Yeah, it's so early. It's kind of hard to make judgment calls, but this team does have some fight. 90s are back. I'm telling you, this is for fun. Obviously, I don't know this, but I feel like they look like 22 to 24 wins to me right now. I was in Assembly Hall. I have no voice. Oh my gosh. How many glares, angry glares are you wearing? I know you're wearing that Hog gear. Then again, you're a Celtics fan. You're probably repping Celtics. Go ahead and pick LSU. We will beat Kentucky. All right. I don't know. That's the next big one, isn't it? I think they can. I really do. Every time I get a notification that you're live, I come on. It's 30 minutes or more too late. What's going on, Sean? I don't know, man. There's something going on with YouTube sending out their notifications. I have no idea. I don't know. You're not the only person to tell me about that. I've had a couple people hit me up already, and I don't get it. Why did I just now get the DM or the notification? I don't know. Come on, Ty. We are giant killers. The buy-in just gets stronger. Hogs versus Goliath. We win. Razor, you may not be wrong, my man. Great live show, Ty. NCAA tourney. Here we come. The whole damn thing, as Phil Elson said. That's going to do it. I will be live tomorrow. Remember to tap the subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell. Or you can follow me on Twitter at Tyzilla83. I generally post there when I go live. If you're not getting the notifications, you can follow me. I generally try to post because what I do is I go live. That's why you guys get that little the opening screen. You get that screen for a little bit because what I'm doing is I'm copy and pasting. I'm throwing stuff out on social media because you can't do that until after you go live. And then I'm also answering some quick DMs, and then I go live. Let's see. From the beginning of the game to when Jones, his last bad look after bad look. Oh, Celtics, but you got to be there repping, though. Kentucky have the big men, though. I don't know. I can only hope. Mr. T-Dub, he called it. Mr. T-Dub called it. He did tonight. He said that Arkansas would win, and he was right. Huge win by the Hoops. Yep, couldn't agree more. Big win. Go Hogs. Enjoy the rest of your night. I will see you guys tomorrow. We're going to go record the Hog Talk podcast, and hopefully we get that done before too late. But you guys, thank you so much. Like, comment, share the content, blah, 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 all that stuff, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully 5 p.m., maybe later. I've got to drop the kiddos off at the in-laws tomorrow night. So that might kind of run into what time I can go live, but I'll keep you guys notified. Go Hogs. What a win. Oh, what a win. Ain't nobody sleeping tonight. No Hog fans out. Indiana fans aren't going to sleep either. They're going to be tossing and turning. They're going to be cursing our name. They hate the Razorbacks.